Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's project is a Honda XR70, as you can see behind me, and I'm gonna take you through every little detail that goes into taking this bike completely apart. So at first glance, the damage we have on this thing is the rear brake pedal is all jacked up, probably due to the brake panel not being on correctly. The rear tire is flat, and the fork seal is leaking as well. The first order of business is to drain the oil. So I'm just going to pull the drain plug on the bottom of the motor. Oh shit, there's no oil. What? Not good. Well, that was weird. Hopefully the last guy didn't run it with no oil. That would not be cool. Moving on, I'm going to get this thing up on a stand and start stripping the plastics, seat, and gas tank off of it. This scissor lift has got to be one of the coolest pieces of equipment that I have. So the bike is secured with these hooks that go through the foot pegs, and then you just jack it up with this foot pedal. This makes the job go so much easier. Having the bike at a good height means no more bending over and working on the floor. I'll get started by pulling off the seat and side plates. The seat is held on by these two nuts underneath, and the side plate each has one bolt on the side. So you just pull the seat up in the back and then slide it towards the back of the bike and it can be removed. Next up is going to be the rear fender and gas tank shrouds. Rear fender is pretty simple, just a bolt on either side. And then for the shroud, a screw up top and a clip in the front. To remove the shroud, I'll just push it back and slide it off. Onto the front plate and front fender. Just a few bolts hold these guys on. The gas tank is up next. We have a strap on the back, a line that goes to the carburetor that we'll need to disconnect, and then a bolt on either side on the front. I like to sell the cap and the petcock valve on the bottom separately from the tank. But before I pull those off, I've got to drain the fuel out, and I'm going to put it into the lawnmower. I've come to realize once you have the plastics and seat off the bike, you can pretty much just start ripping off whatever you like next. So I'm going to get to work on the wiring and cables. Next up, I'm going to pull the handlebars off along with the front brake lever and top triple clamp. A good way to test if handlebars are bent is putting them on a flat surface such as a workbench. And then if you've got a gap anywhere at the bottom here, that's a good indication they're bent. You can see these ones are slightly bent. There's a gap right down here. Then also eyeing them up from the side as well. That'll give you a good idea if they're bent or not. There's a few small plastic pieces I'll be pulling off next. The chain guards and the mud flap. Man, this bike is coming apart pretty quick. It's always a good time working on the little bikes. So now I've got to pull off the chain. Just gonna pop off this master link clip here and then remove the shift lever and the kickstart lever. Before I pull off the exhaust system, I am going to remove the baffle and heat shields as those are sold separately. As I'm pulling this exhaust system off, I notice one nut is still barely threaded on and the other nut's completely missing. It's crazy how people treat their bikes, right? Oh, and you gotta check out this spark plug too. Unfortunately, it looks like this exhaust system took a hit. The front of it is kinked. I've been eyeing up this carburetor and airbox, so I'm gonna pull those off next. Let's check out what kind of condition this air filter is in. Oh wow, someone really took care of this bike. Alright Alright guys, I'm about halfway through this teardown, and these are all the parts I've taken off so far. If you want to see the rest of this bike being torn apart, check back tomorrow and I will have this thing all the way down to the frame. I will see you guys then, and thank you so much for watching.